Hello everyone and welcome back to 4 Kilobyte Shorts Let's Play of Kerbal Space Program with the Realz. I honestly thought maybe I should change the name of it because the Realz really doesn't denote that it's permadeath, but we're not purely going for permadeath though. We are going for more realistic flight, whether permadeath be part of that or not. So, not going to worry too much about it, but look how much Kiros we have. How many Kiros? How many Kiros we have? 145,963 Kiros. That's awesome. Now, we were doing the NT space program, of course, and rock around the moon is where we were at. So, to rock around the moon, let's see, we have to get 100 kilometers plus or minus 5 over the moon for 3 hours. We get 5,000 Kiros for that. We need one accelerometer, barometer, gravimeter, gravioli detector, and thermometer. And then we have to land back at Kerbin. So this is a round trip. Well, we have done round trips before, right? Now, if I remember correctly, we can head trick this thing and orbit over moon. Bring a satellite into orbit, into the defined orbit with a one-time Communitron 16 and four-time Communitron 8888. That would have to be a secondary ship, and it would not be coming back to Kerbin. That would cause massive alignment issues. It would also be a pain in the butt because in order to have a parachute on the one that's supposed to come back, as well as a heat shield and everything else, we'd basically have to put an extra engine on it, which would be more expensive. So I don't think the amount of money, and I know I said I wasn't going to worry about money, but you know, we have 146,000. Now we're going to worry about money. We're not going to worry when we're in the hole. We're going to worry when we're in the green. Anyway, it would be too expensive to put that together, and it might actually fail because this is a very specific orbit. And you know how I am when it comes to getting into orbit around anything. Did we get into orbit? Yes, we're good. So we're going to stick with rock around the moon. So we have to... Pardon me for a second, guys. Never fails. You start recording and everything goes all to crap. Okay, so as I was saying, we need to get our hands on all of this stuff. I selected this mission, did I not? Select mission. Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. So here's our mission. Pardon me. So let us load up really quick one of our previous, I know, going to be using the previous ones again. What was the Shroom 3 all about? Did that have all the bits and bobs on it? I don't think it did. Yeah, okay, this will not get us to the moon, we know that. It can barely get us into orbit. Yeah, this was not the ship I'm looking for. Perhaps it's the droid I'm looking for. That's never going to get old. Okay, so here's the Shroom 2. Now the Shroom 2 should have all the bits and bobs on it. There are all the bits and bobs. Now the problem with the Shroom 2, as you all may recall, is we had a power fluctuation issue, i.e. there wasn't any. So, we're going to modify the Shroom 2 to add power. Yeah, I just had a 500 unit battery on there, and I was like, oh, that'll be fine, that'll be enough, until I ran out of power. Alright, so we're going to just drop 2 of these wonderful little guys. Not like that, damn it. I had it right, and I'm like, maybe if I just adjust it a little bit. Okay, so there it is. Cool. So now we have power, we have return with the heat shield and with the parachute, and we know all that will survive. Now we got to go up. Up is our goal. So to get up, especially to the moon, this is going to become a very, very, very expensive rocket very quickly. We need to ditch our clamp. Goodbye. We need to actually, you know what? Goodbye. I'm not going to worry about it. I'm just going to build it from scratch. So to orbit around the moon, now that I'm a rapper or something, we need to build this kind of rocket. Now that is a very expensive engine. I don't even know if that's it. Do we even need this engine? I mean, honestly, no. No. Okay, let's see. We need small engine, high thrust, right? One of these, you think? Bloop. Like so. Alright, now from here. See, I'm so nervous about all the power and the money and the thing and the stuff. Alright, we want one of those. Now this will be our get into orbit, get out of orbit, get back to Kerbin, drop back into Kerbin orbit. If nothing else, we can actually use that instead of actually getting back into orbit around Kerbin, if we aim it properly, we might just be able to burn straight into Kerbin orbit, because we're not going to be landing at the Kerbal Space Center. I don't care what anyone says, we're not going to be landing at the Kerbal Space Center. So although it's an extra 10,000 Kyros, that is a bunk mission. It's not going to happen. Unless we get super accidentally lucky. But we will be landing back on Kerbin. So we're going to have to aim... don't deselect. We're going to have to aim for a body of some kind. That in order to recycle our 2,000 Kyro ship, you know. Alright, so from here, we need... Oh, it's going to be expensive. Alright. We get a lot of money out of it, which is cool, but it's going to be expensive just to get this little guy up there. And you know what? I'm going to overcompensate. I always do. You guys know it. Or I'm going to undercompensate, and of course you guys know what happens when I do that. So we're going to do this. I know. We're going to put one, well, you know what? We're going to put a lighter rocket on it, not the heavy ones. And then we're going to do, I think we're going to stick with a 4-time, not a 6-time. I think we're going to stick with a 4-time asparagus system. I like that. I don't think we need 6. 6 is massive overkill, I think. Don't quote me on that. I don't know. Alright, so there's that. And then let's just jam these engines on here really quick. Kablam! And we're ignoring all of our numbers for now, because we need struts. It's important to have struts on your rocket. You see, when it goes up into the sky, if there are no struts on the rocket, it tends to fall apart. And although this makes a very spectacular explosion, this is only good on the 4th of July, which we do not celebrate in my country, so... now that my very terrible Von Braun expression is done, I don't know, it probably sounded more like Freud than Von Braun, but you get my point. We need struts. Okay, so we are going to go straight across to there, and then from here we're going to go from here inside. So I'm not used to doing a double. I'm used to doing 6. I'm not used to doing a double. So a double asparagus system, or a double inline system, or whatever we want to call it, is not really what I'm good at. But I think this thing's going to spin a little bit when we go up into the sky place. But that's okay. That's okay. What we need is this engine down here with these engines, and then we need to do this. I'm going to do 2 because I always do this wrong, which is we take just one of these, doesn't matter which one, we drop it here, and that gives us, which clamp is that? Which clamp is that? It is, oh, is that one, okay. Oh wow, I can see all 4 clamps, so we need this clamp, yes, and that clamp goes there, and then we can just delete this now because we have 2 and 2, and those are the ones that go, okay, and these are the outside ones, so these go first, then these ones, then this one when that runs out of fuel, and then this one ignites. No, what do you think you're doing? What do you think you're doing there, thing? That one goes out, this one ignites, not the other way around. And then that's the last clamp, which we're not going to need to get rid of, and then the parachute, and then everything else. And this should be enough. Oh, wow, this should be more than enough to get us to the moon. Look at that, 9,203? I like that, that's a good number. Alright, so... we need clamps. Clamps. Okay, we need clamps for our clampiness. Yes, we need 4 clamps. It can't be so expensive.
This rocket's gonna cost so much money. I don't even know.
Okay, I don't know why I've been talking like a Muppet lately. I really do apologize. I need to stop doing that. I am not a Muppet. Alright. Wasn't there a movie about that where a guy thought he was a Muppet, or a Muppet thought he was a dude, or something like that? I don't remember. I vaguely remember something about a Muppet guy, or a guy that thought he was a Muppet. Okay, let us go ahead and have a heart attack here as we scroll up and see how expensive this moon rocket's going to be. Really? 71,000? Really? Didn't I build like a rocket like, you know, Jebediah's rocket was almost 130,000 just to get it into orbit? What the hell's up with this? And I didn't update the mods or anything, so I don't know what's up with this. Let's just make sure we have all our parts, because launching a 71,000 Kyro rocket into space without all the parts you need is a pain in the butt. And so we're going to zoom in very slowly. Very slowly. Here we go. Alright, so we have our barometer, our accelerometer, our thermometer, and our gravity detector. Yeah. We have a battery, we have a parachute, we have solar panels, very important. We have our brain, which is right there in the middle, all nestled inside. We have our thing here. And, Yeah, I think this will get us to the moon. I mean, it's got a thrust to rate ratio of 0.9 right now, but it's got like 9,000 units of thrust with this engine when we get into space, so that should be more than enough to get us to where we're going. We of course are not going to call this the Shroom. I guess we could call it the Shroom 4, but it's going to the moon. It's not going straight up. Was that all the way to the... Okay. So we're going to have to call this something else. Well, there are several names I could use. I've been reading a lot more science fiction stuff. I just finished reading The Andromeda Strain. Some of you may have seen the movie. The movie basically follows the book 100%. And the movie was made in the 60s, so don't be going on to Netflix and being all like, where is this Andromeda Strain? I want to see all the high-class explosion. No, it's nothing like that. It's a procedural book. Unfortunately, the book feels like it was written as an anti-nuclear arms thing, because a lot of the times they're like, we need to nuke the bug, and then later on they're like, don't nuke the bug, it'll cause it to become psychotic and kill everybody, and no nukes, bad nukes, nukes everywhere, and it's just like, okay. Anyway, so I was reading that, and then I was watching First Flight, or Space, not watching, excuse me, reading like First Flight or Space Flight or something by Isaac Asimov? No. Arthur C. Clarke. And they called their ship the Prometheus, but I'm not in the mood to steal fire from the gods today. So now that I've, bored you guys once again with a really silly story about things that I do when I'm not recording. What to call this thing, man? Oh, I also wanted to mention, wait, it's super important. Okay, yes, no, yes, okay, so, super important. I wanted to thank Alan Lothbar, I believe it was you, I'm not 100% on that one, sorry, and KJM 2002 for correcting me on my previous video when I said that John Glenn was the one with the Liberty Bell 7 issue. It was not John Glenn, it was in fact Gus Grissom. John Glenn is in fact still alive. Oops, my bad. Sorry, John. Yeah, Gus Grissom was the one in Liberty Bell 7. He was also one of the 3 people in the Apollo 1. It was the Apollo 1 mission test flight. They weren't test flying. They were just testing out. And it was a fire in the cockpit, and they unfortunately died in that fire. And that was Gus Grissom, not John Glenn. John Glenn is still alive. Was the senator for a while. Had to look it up. I do apologize to everybody. Shows you how smart I am. I remember that when I was trying to think of a name. But yeah, I wanted to thank Alan and KJ for pointing those things out. Thank you both very much for correcting me, because I don't like giving out false information. So a bunch of people who don't know about the space program are gonna like watch that video and be like, "Oh my God, John Glenn, I'm so sorry," and it'd be like, "What? What are you sorry about?" But at least I know for a fact that. Wow, really? I can't remember his name. Neil Armstrong. Wow, I can't believe I forgot that. Yeah, at least I know for a fact that Neil Armstrong is, of course, the best moon cyclist in the history of mankind. If, of course, you guys don't know that joke, if you guys don't know what the hell I'm talking about, I guess I could tell you to look it up, but honestly what happened was when Neil Armstrong passed away, a lot of people thought they got him confused with Lance Armstrong, because that was the only Armstrong they knew of. And at the time, Lance Armstrong had been going back and forth with this whole, I doped up before my races, I did. So when Neil Armstrong died, people were like, oh my God, he won all those medals, and oh my God, he was such a great bicyclist, and oh my God, he didn't do those things they said he did. And so Neil Armstrong, of course, became the best moon cyclist in the whole of the world. So it was funny to me. I don't know about you guys, but we need to find a name. I can't even think of a name right now, so I'm gonna just name this off camera. I wasted too much of your guys' time. I'm gonna see you guys out there on the launch pad really quick. I do apologize. Yeah, and I will see you there. Fun story time. Yay. Okay. Alright everybody, it looks like we're going for a night launch. I'm not really going to worry about where the moon's at, because as long as we have power we can stay up there indefinitely until we can reach the... oh, there it is. Until we can reach it. So we're just going to go ahead and launch this thing. Make sure all of my stuff's in order. It should be. Yeah, we're just going to go ahead and launch this thing and try to get us up into orbit, and then from there out to the moon. So let us go. And once again, so that I'm not boring you guys, I will of course be cutting after our initial launch, just to make sure that, you know, the launch doesn't go wrong, nothing goes bad, everything works fine. And then as soon as that's done, we will then meet each other back up in orbit, where all the fun stuff's going to happen. Yay! Super fun stuff. And then maybe, of course, in this video, because we can do like 2 or 3 missions per video, which is great. Or 2.5 missions since I usually end up redoing one of them. Anyway, yeah, since we end up doing 2 or 3 missions per video, then I should be able to absolutely maybe even get a Kerbal up there soon. This may be the video where we get our moon landing done. That'd be great. That'd be a great first step for the Realz. So I will see you guys in orbit. Alright everybody, we made it to orbit. Took a little bit more fuel than I thought we would need, but on the plus side, I don't know why my frame rate's going all weird again. Stop it! Okay, so on the plus side though, my hands are in the wrong place, so of course I'm moving my ship in the wrong direction. We are looking for our burn point, which is only 843 meters, and we have like 4,000 delta V, so we have more than enough to get to the moon and back. No problems there. Our burn will be in 12 minutes, and it should, if this number is correct, last for about 1 minute 25 seconds, which means we're going to have to be 80 seconds, or however long. 1 minute 20. What's 1 minute 25 seconds stuck in half, or cut in half? That's 100. That's like what, 85 seconds. So at 45 seconds, 42 seconds, I guess. We'll do our burn for maximum efficiency. I don't remember. It's difficult for me to do math. So we're just gonna roll over into that area. I really wish I knew why the game was being so lagtastic. I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm looking at Kerbin and I shouldn't be. Don't know. Might also be because it's extremely hot, and of course, as we all know, as computers get hot, they tend to work less efficiently than you would like, and of course, when you're working it really hard with a physics-based game, and then of course you add the outside temperature and a really crappy fan. No, my fan's awesome. It's like an 80mm fan in there. It's huge, but it doesn't really matter. Okay, so we said, what, 42 seconds we're going to do it? Well, that's about right here anyway, so let's just go, I suppose. Whee! Alright, so we're going to throttle up, and we're just going to burn. And of course, you guys are all invited to join me on this wonderful trip to the moon. Because, oh, do we have a rendezvous? Celestial body. Moon. Ah, rendezvous data. That's cool. Alright, I don't care about any of that stuff. I have never read this page before. What am I looking at? This is what I'm looking at. I want distance to go down, right? Right? Or what, altitude, maybe? Or distance, I don't know. This is going down, which is nice, but I'm not sure if that's right. I don't know if this will work the same way MechJeb does, which is where it actually tells you how far, or MechJeb and, what's the other one? I know there's another one that had a rendezvous on it. I know MechJeb was one of them, and there's another one I used before MechJeb, whose name I forget off the top of my head, that would tell you, the protractor. That's the one, the protractor. Would tell you how far you are away from the body. If this doesn't work the way we need it to, I may actually have to go back to the protractor as an add-on, because, yeah, if this doesn't tell us where we're going to end up once this burn is done, we may overshoot or do other stupid things, and when it comes to large celestial bodies way out in the space place, missing like that is insanity. Alright, so we're just going to go ahead and burn that last 5 meters per second really quick. Done. Alright, so yeah, this is nice, but it doesn't really tell me anything, does it? It tells me our time to AN and DN. I guess that's intercept node and de-intercept node. Okay, so we're missing something here. Did we burn too much or not enough? We're gonna have to find out. We burned not enough, so we just burned a little bit more, and that got us to Kerbin apoapsis. I don't think it got us to lunar apoapsis, did it? No, it didn't. We have to burn a little bit more. Come on. There you go. Okay, we're gonna overshoot and then come back. So our orbit's gonna be altered, but that's okay. So we're there anyway. So yeah, that's gonna be a thing. I think is we're gonna have to spend a little bit of Kuros and buy ourselves a protractor. I know a protractor without a Kerbal to type in numbers seems silly, but who knows? Maybe it's automated. But for now, this rendezvous module doesn't work for us very well, I don't think. At least there's nothing I can see here that tells me when we're going to get in. Like, phase angle, fine. Intercept angle, fine. I know what those are. Relative inclination, I know what that is too. Ascending and descending node, I know what those are as well. Time to AN and time to DN don't matter, except it's 6 hours till time to AN, whatever that might be, or 6 minutes. And time to DN is 14. Ascending node, descending node. Okay, so it's time to the ascending node and descending node for adjusting your orbit. Those I don't need either. So altitude is current altitude away, and it of course kicks off at 11.4 million meters, and then our current distance away is 11.6. So this tells us our current distance, but not our projected distance. That's and our orbital period. So unfortunately, that's not going to help us out. That is actually a very wasted tool from our perspective, from our needed perspective. Now we are behind Kerbin. We're running low on power. That won't be a bad thing yet, but let's go ahead and speed up now that I'm done looking at that. And we will just mosey on out. Whee! Okay, we'll mosey out a little faster. There we go. Wow, really? Are we like in an eclipse moment here? Because night is lasting a very, very, very long time. Almost to the point of scaring the crap out of me. Yes, 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 sunlight. Sunlight, make sunlight happen. But doesn't like a lunar night last like, oh wait, we are not currently accepting what's the word I'm looking for? Power? We're not getting any power. Let's see if we can rotate ourselves to get some power back in our ship. It's still minus. Roll, buddy. How's that? Are we going up? Oh, we're going up. Okay, okay. Yep, so we just had to roll a little bit to get our solar panel into the light. And that should be fine. We should be fine. Okay. I just needed to make sure we had power so that when we get to the other side, there we go. When we get to the other side, we're not completely crapped out of power. Okay, gotta be very careful about doing that. Because we will overshoot if I'm not super duper careful. So we're gonna actually go out past the moon, which is an interesting thing to do. And then we're gonna start coming back into the moon. I'm not sure when that will happen because we're not even out past the moon yet, because there's Kerbin. Yeah, I'm hoping we don't hit him. It says we weren't going to, so I don't think we're going to. I think we're actually just going to shoot past and then come... Whoop, 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 whoop. That's an orbital catch. That is what that is. That is an orbital catch. Oh, I'm not centered on... Aha! We did go out past, just not the way I thought we would. Okay, we got caught, which is great. We're at 47... Yes, 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 yes. And then we slow down. Zoom. Boop. Now, we can do a perfect orbit, but I think for our purposes... We're actually going to be not lazy. I'm not going to be lazy, but we're going to do this, I think. I don't know. Should I be lazy and do an elliptical orbit? Let's see. 3,000. No, we can afford to do a non-elliptical orbit, right? We can afford to do a realistic orbit. A nice 40 kilometer orbit around. Ooh, whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, I need to center on the moon. I need to center on the moon. Yeah, so I know I told you guys no more map screen in Kerbal Space Adventures, which is fine, but this is the Realz, and the Realz requires actual thought and preparation. And so you guys will get to see more maneuver nodes. Yay, more maneuver nodes! If only because I'm too lazy to cut the video every damn time I need to do one of these. Alright, 48, I guess we can slow down a little bit more. 52. 48 by 40. Hey, look at that! Possibly circularized orbit. Possibly circularized orbit. Okay, so that is in 1 hour, and it says it's going to take 21 seconds. So we will have to see. And let's just put ourselves where we need to be. And whee! Now, I will say one of the reasons I did not bring MechJeb along is because I did not want to be tempted to have MechJeb do all the calculations and everything. That was my big thing. So if you guys are like, well, why didn't you just bring MechJeb and have him do all that stuff? Well, it's honestly because I really didn't want to. As the flights get more boring and more complex and more complicated, I will of course be kicking things like map mode out. I won't be including it as much. But for now, as our first unmanned trip to the moon, which actually feels special. This actually does feel more special. We're coming in on the moon, but not to the point where we're like, oh, it's just the moon. We've been here like 20 other times. It actually feels important, you know? I don't know if you guys are getting that. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it. Like I said, we are on the dark side. I have no lights, so all you guys are I can't even see my ship. So all you guys are going to see is a heads-up display, and I do apologize for that. Alright, 50, 40. Should do it about 10 seconds, right? Alright, that should do it. And there goes our engine. Alright, so let's check our surface information. No, orbital information. There it is. Alright, and our periapsis is going to be 800. We don't want to screw it up. We don't want to go dirt side. 200,000. 100. Okay, Okay, that's 95. Slow it down a little bit. 70. 52. Stop it. Alright, we're at 47 by 50. That's close enough for what we were going for. Let's kill our maneuver node really quick. I really like how MechJeb would auto-kill maneuver nodes, but we are around the moon. Let's take a look. Oh wait, did it say 100 kilometers? It did. It said 100,000 kilometers. I completely forgot. I went down to 40. Crap. Well, we have enough fuel to fix it. My bad. Totally my bad, you guys. I completely forgot that was part of the mission thing. So max apoapsis and minimum periapsis. That's our problem. So maximum apoapsis is for and minimum periapsis. Really? They want an elliptical orbit? Wow, really? Okay. Back to the map, I guess. So they wanted a max apoapsis of 100 and a minimum. Oh, okay. So they wanted it around. That's no good. All right. Well, I guess we can just do this then. We're just going to do it here inside the map screen. We're not going to be too overly complex about this. We're just going to check our power to make sure we're not about to do something stupid. And we're just going to throttle up. Wow, I really like the low orbit burns, but okay, we'll do a higher orbit burn then if you really feel like it. 60, 70. Well, that'll help us get out of orbit anyway, because we need to burn the power at that point. So 80. So yeah, once 100, I completely forgot we were on a mission, like an actual mission that had parameters. My bad. Okay, so now we're going to flip our butts around to the other side. We can do that outside the map so that I'm not boring you guys. Not that you can see anything outside the map. I mean, it's dark side and I didn't put any lights on this thing. Cheap pros, man. You don't need lights if you don't have anything you need to look at. At least that's what the scientists think. What do they know? Alright, and then from here we go wee. Okay, now we're just going to do this, which will flip us around to the other side. Bye-bye, dark side of moon, who we were really close to, even though our mission parameter said not to be. They're worried about contamination of moonanites. Isn't it moonanites? Isn't that what it was? H.G. Wells? No, H.G. Wells is no. It's not H.G. Wells. Wasn't no. It wasn't Wells. It was. It wait. 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. Jules Verne. Voyage to the Moon. Voyage to the Moon. I believe he called his moon people moonanites. I think. I do not quote me on that. That's even worse than my John Glenn thing. I just remember the term moonanites from somewhere, so I'm just gonna say it was Jules Verne, and that's where I'm gonna end that particular line of inquiry or discussion. So, just so you guys know, I have no idea what I'm talking about. But I'm sure most of you have figured that out anyway. Whoa. Oh, we're in our grid. We're barely in our grid, but we're in our grid. I wonder if burning up is actually the better option. And I know this is silly, but I'd like to be better in our grid. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. So we're not perfect, but we're there. So now we have to spend 3 hours bleeping around the moon. Our delta V... Go away. Our delta V is at 3150, which is more than enough to get back to Kerbin. Like I said, overcompensation, but the cost between one full of these tanks and half of one of these tanks, and then the cost of relaunching the entire ship if half a tank wasn't good enough, is very much noted as silly. So we're going to appreciate, yes, you, I, we, us, together, for a moment at least, we're going to appreciate the grand specter that is the moon, after I get myself in some semblance of orbit-ish. Alright, and then do that, and then turn that off. Alright, and since we have... Do we have solar power? Are we getting solar power? We're getting a little bit of power. Okay, we're getting a little bit of power, and since we're getting a little bit of power, we're going to turn on our little bleeps. So what do we got? We're in a vacuum! Pointless! Alright, and then once again, we got our gravitility detector. 0.74 meters per second. Is that squared? I think that's squared. Okay, I don't know what that means. I know that means we're falling at 0.74 meters per second squared, or per second. But that really doesn't mean anything when you're in orbit. We have 0 G's of accelerometer because we're not going anywhere, and I bet you 10 to 1 that our temperature is currently negative 200 degrees Celsius. Oh, I was wrong. It's negative 200.31. So once again, a useless probe, but it's here. Now we have to stay here for 3 hours, and of course I'm not going to make you guys stay here for 3 hours. I'm going to stay here for 3 hours, or within fast forward time that's going to be less. But I like the idea of cutting here, I really do. I like the idea of cutting here, it seems appropriate. We have the Kerbals in the background, we have the Muns underneath, we have the suns way over there, ow, blinding light. We have the suns way over there. And we are in a nice trifecta of awesome, and so we're going to cut here, and then I'm going to float around the moon for 3 hours, taking pointless readings of nothing and vacuum and temperatures, which are displayed on every unit of the ship. And then from there, we're going to head back to Kerbin and land this thing. So I'll see you guys after the cut. Yay! Alright, everybody. We have just crossed our 3-hour threshold by, well, it says 1 minute 4 seconds, but really it was only like a couple seconds in accelerated mode. Oh, look at all the pretty. You can see ridges and all sorts of other things. One day we will land on you, moon. One day. Again. Actually that brings up a kind of a point, so I'm going to be poignant here while the sun's over there and we're chilling. Imagine people who haven't yet played Kerbal Space Program. Have yet to feel the crunchy sand of the moon under their feet. And then for a moment, realize that when they release career mode, they're going to put limitations in. Maybe even oxygen, things like that. Like we're doing here in the Realz, and landing on the moon may become a super psychotic hardcore thing rather than flying to Joule is the hardest, and it's really because you run out of fuel. Something to think about. Remember, us who have been playing since like 0.15 and earlier, or I don't know how early the moon was. I know it was in 0.15 because that's when I jumped in. And then I bought 0.17. Of course, I was playing the demo of 0.15, and I jumped in and bought 0.17. But for those of us who have landed on the moon countless times, it's nothing now. It's a stepping stone to get out. It's not even really a stepping stone. It's more like a speed bump. It's for a lot of us, if you watch their videos, for a lot of us Let's Players and stuff, the moon is more of a block to getting out into space. It actually becomes kind of a pain in the butt because you're trying to get a good phase angle on a planet, and then suddenly your line disappears and you're like, what the hell? And you go in and you're like slamming right into the moon and you're like, oh man. So you have to wait another orbit or two before it gets out of your way. So, you know, it's important to remember that the moon is an important body, both for us and for the Kerbals. Thank you. So, now that I'm done being poignant, sorry, we're going to head back to Kerbin. And to head back to Kerbin, we don't want to go out. We actually want to go, well, we do. We want to go, I think we want to burn this way. I think this, we're reversed. We are reversed. Our orbit's reversed. I forget. So we want to go like that? Yes, we want to go like that. Alright, so what that does is that pushes us back into the Kerbin. Okay. Can I do that better? If I speed up? I don't think speeding up is going to be a good thing. No, I mean, I can get us really low, but that's not what we want. We just want in. So at 8 million? 255 at 8 million? Yeah, okay, yeah, we'll do that. We'll do that. Okay, I like that. Alright, so that means we're going to put our nose right about here. Yeah, because we have to go around the moon one more time. And that's fine, because you have to burn towards your target, so you're not actually trying to burn away from the moon, you're actually trying to burn towards Kerbin, remember that? If you try to burn away from the moon, you're going to be burning out into deep space. And that's not good. Alright, 35 minutes, let's see if we can speed that up. So there goes more of the moon. Goodbye, clean moon, without crap on it. Which of course reminds me of the whole Star Trek First Contact, when they're talking about the moon in the future versus the moon in the past, and of course the moon in the past is clean and barren and there's nothing on it, and the moon in the future has cities and whatnot on it. I don't know if we're ever going to do that. I honestly don't think we ever will. I think we as humans, with our need for hyper-efficiency, would rather land on a planet or a rock that has atmosphere on it and then convert that atmosphere rather than land on a rock that has no atmosphere and pray to God we don't run out. That's just me personally. I think the only reason we'd go to the moon is if it had stuff on it we could use, like money-wise, you know, diamonds and gold and rocks and helium-3 and whatever else, you know, that's what we'd use it for. It would be for strip mining. I think as a race, humans tend to look at anything without an atmosphere as just a strip mining target, really. I mean, maybe for scientific purposes, but all in all, not really something where you want to land on and make a home. I don't know. Maybe there are people out there who do, maybe there are people out there who don't, but that is as I understand it. Okay, we can't do this until we actually get in there, so we will do that. So we will zoom. Bye-bye, moon. I don't know why you'd want to retrieve the probe unless you use tape drives, and of course you have to get the tape back. That might be why. You know, you'd be like, wait, man, we just use tape drives. We need to get the tapes back. We don't have we didn't put radio transmitters on here. That's true. Ah, crap. We did that thing again. The moon's like right behind us. I think we may have a power issue. Well, we're doing okay. Let's see. We're going to do this in map view because I really need to see how this is working for us. We may actually be stuck in the moon's shadow for quite some time. Oh, noes. Oh, noes, oh, noes, oh, noes, oh, noes, oh, noes. These are bad things. Bad things are afoot. Oh, there we go. I think we're out of the moon shadow now. Yes, 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 we are. But we still have to stay here until we can get to our capture point. Which will be... Oh, okay. Oh, we have an orbit, I think. What the hell's going on there? Moon escape? Do we not escape the moon? Okay, there it is. I don't know what the hell happened. That was really weird. Alright, so we want to add a maneuver. We want to maneuver our way down, like so. And then we want to maneuver to 688? Nah, we want to maneuver lower than that, man. 433, definitely not. Maneuver lower. 116... 29, holy god, no. 103, I like 103. Alright, so, that is our maneuver. We're going to have to aim our nose somewhere, and our butt somewhere else. Ah! This is where we aim our butt. No, this is where we aim our nose. Our butt goes the other way. Alright, so here we go. We are nosed in, right there on the little blue dot. Love that little blue dot, man. If it wasn't for the little blue dot, I would not know what the hell I'm doing. Alright, this is a 43-second burn. So bye-bye, moon. Thank you for chilling with us, hanging out, letting us chill in your shadow for a while. Hello, Kerbin. Ooh, look at that. Almost geosynchronous. And I say, did I just miss our burn? I did miss our burn horribly, 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 horribly. So I did. I missed it a lot. Oh, crap. Yeah, let's just go ahead and slow down then, because, oops. Oops, oops, oops. I was too busy paying attention to all the stuff. There's the moon again. So this burn's probably going to be longer than I meant it to be. That is my bad. Actually, we can do this, and we can actually just do orbital information. And that way we don't have to be inside the map screen anymore. Yay! Okay, so yeah, for that maneuver thing, I'm really going to have to get the protractor out so they don't have to go to the map for that anymore. This is super duper important. Going to use a little bit more delta V than I wanted. 3, 2, 1... 95! Look at that, 95 clicks. I like it. I love that little X button, man. For the longest time, I didn't even know that button existed, and now I'm like, oh my god, that button makes everything better. Alright, actually, from here, we're going to be facing... We want to go this way, because when we get to the other side, we will just have flipped around. So, good to always flip yourself around if you know you're coming into a de-orbit burn. Or a slow-down burn, or whatever. That way you can do this. And then whee! Some more geosynchronicity. Geo something. At some point, we're actually going to match speeds almost exactly. And then we're going to lose it again. I don't know how long that's going to be. Probably only for a second. Or maybe not. Nope, looks like not. Wow, we were moving fast. But then again, we had to be moving fast. In order to be in orbit around Kerbin, you have to be moving at 2,300 meters per second. So that's super important to know. Now we're going to be on the dark side of Kerbin. Hey, Kerbin! Nice to see you again, buddy. Okay, we're going to be moving a lot faster than we actually need to be moving, so we need to slow down. That's right. Time to periapsis is 2 minutes. Alright. And that will give us 1 minute. These should line up almost perfectly. Not perfectly. 33 seconds, doesn't matter. Whoa, laggy, 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 laggy. Probably because we're looking at Kerbin. Let's not look at Kerbin so much. Yeah, Kerbin lags me for some reason. I don't know why. Alright, so we're at 4 million, 3 million. 2. Come on, go down faster. 1 million. Yeah, if burning from this side, it actually is a lot harder to get that thing to go down like you want it to. 8, 7, 6. There you go. 5. I'm burning up a little bit to keep our periapsis up. If anyone was wondering why I kept tilting down like that. I'm burning up to keep our periapsis up, and it's not working. Our periapsis is actually going down. Actually, our periapsis is probably going down because we're at... Yeah, I did something silly. 145 kilometers is not bad. So let's check our map, see where our apoapsis and periapsis are. Honestly, 145. I wonder if we could dirt side it over here, you think? And to do that, we'd have to do what? Just like so? That's a little dangerous. Let's nose that up a little bit. We're gonna come in at a pretty steep angle, but as I said before, our steep angles are actually not are not that bad. Oh, that's almost dirt, and that's not good enough. We actually have to actually land. We actually have to what the hell? We actually have to land on dirt in order for this to be good. All right, so there we go. We have that for. We're just gonna try to burn down on that, and that's gonna be our down burn, and we're good on power. I hope. Once again, if we have a power issue, we can, of course, always steal our power. So, for 11 seconds, and our burn time is going to be 5 seconds, so I guess we'll just do it whenever. It's not like it's super important. 3, and 2, and... yeah. Like that, and just... bink. And that should be good enough, maybe? Maybe. What's it look like? Oh, wow. Look at that. Almost perfect. But not quite. Alright. So there's our down burn, and we're going to keep our engine on for now. We're actually going to keep our engine on for now. And we're going to just come on in. Zoom. Now, of course, because the planet is rotating below us, and it is going to take us a minute to come in, we may actually end up having an issue vis-a-vis not having enough land to land on. Oh no, we're going to land on land. Good. Hit the largest continent. Got to hit something. Alright. So we're at 60 clicks. I could probably slow us down even more if I really felt like it. Because we have more than enough fuel, we honestly do, we absolutely do. We could probably just like completely almost stop our forward movement. Probably not though. Wow, what is up with my frame rate? I do apologize everybody, it has not been doing this for quite some time. I don't know why it just started now. Must have been something I was running earlier that I haven't yet corrected. I should not do that. I should not do that. Alright, so let's go ahead and... oh, we're stage locked. That's good. I like being stage locked. We'll keep our stage lock on for now. All right, so we're at 57. Whee! I know it's super fun. All right, 50. And yeah, let's just go ahead and do. We don't want to burn up. We just want to burn down our speed. That's all we really want to do. We just want to burn down our speed. These are at 47,000 meters or 47 kilometers, and I don't want to overshoot this landmass. I like this landmass. It's a cute landmass. Look at it. It's bright, and it's green, and it's happy, and it has lakes and stuff. If we need water for something, you know, there's water there if we need it. Alright, so, wow, we are going to come down hard on this one. Alright. And we're not trying to go down, we're just trying to slow down. Which is just as important as actually going down. And I mean, we paid for the fuel. We paid for the fuel. We're using it. Gonna be like all of our fathers. I paid for it. Damn it! I'm gonna use it. I don't know how many of you grew up with fathers like that. Honestly speaking, I know that a lot of fathers in the 50s had that, or who grew up in the 50s had that mentality. It's like, I bought it. I'm gonna use it. Damn it. It's like, all right, Dad. Okay, so we are now officially out of fuel. So we will lift our nose. Lift our nose. There we go. Lift our nose up. And we will jettison. We need to Alt-L so we can jettison. We will jettison ourselves. Well, actually, we'll jettison. We are lighter than the thing below us, which means it will catch air faster than we do. Which means we need to make sure that we're not in front of it or behind it when it goes up. No, oh, it doesn't want us to go off. So we're going. It's being kind of a douche now, so we're gonna go. And then we're just gonna do this. And we actually aren't probably falling that quickly, but yeah, we didn't even really need the heat shield. We had enough fuel to burn our way to a basically stable point. I don't even know if we're going to hit... you need 500 meters per second to do... What's the word I'm looking for? Mach physics, or the Mach graphics, and we're not even probably going to get that because we're now under 400 meters per second. So that little fuel pod helped us out. It actually slowed us down. We didn't even have a burn-in issue. I'm not even sure if you can do that in real life. Probably not. Kerbin is so much smaller than the Earth. It really is. And for that, I think we actually get a little bit of leeway when it comes to things like fire. Yeah, we didn't even take any of our ablative shielding off. Okay. Alright. And, well, I mean, honestly, that's about it. So let's just parachute up. Ah, that was really simple. That really was. I like that. It was cool. Alright, so there goes our pod. Bye-bye, pod. What was that? Oh yeah, by the way, I called it the Shroom 4 because I couldn't think of a name. I do apologize. I know I said I wasn't going to, but I did. It's the Shroom 4. So there goes the Shroom 4 down there. Bye-bye, Shroom 4. Oop, blink. Nice little radar blip. Tells us exactly how far we are from the ground. About 1,000 meters. Could have figured that anyway. Alright. Whoa, parachute up. Yay! Actually, what's our actual... I need to stop saying actually. What is up with me with that? Actually. We are at 421 meters, which is great. I'm not... With the physics acting so weird, like this right here, this clock keeps going yellow, and my timer is actually right here, and my timer, it keeps dropping down in frames. I think there's a calculation issue, and so I'm very much afraid of calculating, or doing fast forward calculations right now, or physical time acceleration right now, until we hit the surface, because I really don't want to blow my parachute off, which is usually the first thing to go, to just blow off when you do physical time acceleration. It really does. It's just like, oh, we're gone, boom, gone. All right, so we have altitude terrain. I think it's because this little thread is not meant to take a lot of stress, and so, or the whole I don't know if it calculates the parachute as a whole, or this little thread, or where it connects to this, or what, but that parachute tends to rip off very easily in physical time acceleration mode, which is upsetting. Alright, so we have our maybe do? Don't do that. Don't make me sad. And put that back. Okay, yeah. Now we have our probe. It's coming down. It went to the moon. Kerbals will be very happy. They'll be coming out here as fast as they can. It's like, why did you land it so far away? I don't know. Just seemed like a good idea at the time. You just said put it on the ground. KSC was optional, right? Oh, here we come. Here we come. Here we come. And bink. Oh. Alright, we have landed. Okay. So, we've landed. I guess that means we'll see you guys back inside for our next mission. Oh, wait. We have to do actual stuff. So, hide finish goal. Finish goal. Hide optional goal because it was optional. We want to... Oh, are we done? Oh, throttle down. There you go. High finish goal, and then we want to finish the mission, and we get 1644 kilos out of this ship, so we can recycle the vessel. Look at that, 237,772 kilos for one trip around the moon. That was awesome. So we're gonna head back inside and see what comes next. So I'll see you guys there. Woohoo! All right, everybody, here we are back inside. I have selected our next mission, which is crash the moon, which I think would sound better if it was shoot the moon, but that's okay. So not too bad, or no too bad the last trip was. Okay, Yoda. Okay, enough green brain power. I'm not sure if that was a Yoda joke. So our scientists are excited over the findings of our moon trip, and now comes the fun part. They asked if we could crash a probe into the moon. I guess if we could do it at Kerbin, it should be possible in space. That's true. It's up to you to have fun, so build a probe with these two sensors aboard, the GravMax negative gravity detector and the double C accelerometer. They said something about the lines, I think that's along the lines, that they will pay extra for the other two sensors. They also requested that we put at least 200 electric charge on the rocket so it would also collect data at the dark side of the moon. Now go and have fun. Alright, so our mission reward is to, well, it's 100,000, which is great. So our goal is submission. Mission goal is submission, which is this... Yeah, crashing. Okay, so get into orbit with minimum 2 times sensors and minimum 200 electrical charge. So we have all 4 of these. Now the orbit doesn't have to be very tall, very high. It doesn't actually care as long as it's within 0 and 0.5 eccentricity, and that's not too hard to do. And then mission goal 2 is crashing, and at that point we just crash into the moon, which is 50,000 kilos, if you can believe that. 50,000 kilos for crashing into the moon. Now what's great about this is like such a cheap mission, is because it's so super quick, and I did take a look at how much time we have left, and unfortunately we're kind of short on it. I took the liberty of creating a mock-up. Where is it? Wow, man, where is it? There it is. I'm creating a mock-up for the mission. And so this is a 66,794 kilo spaceship, which may sound like a lot, but we're getting 100,000 just for smashing into the moon. Ain't awesome, right? Or 50,000. I'm not sure if that's 150,000 or just 50,000. But anyway, point being, is that our goal is to crash into the moon. So what I did is I made a slightly, I did our standard takeoff gear for getting to orbit, but then I cut the tank in half because we had enough to get to the moon before and then come back, and we don't need to come back. So I cut the tank in half for this, and then I just put everything they needed on it, and 2 batteries, and a photoelectric cell, solar panel, and that's it. And this is going to be our probe ship. Now, because of how much time we have, which, like I said, is not a lot, I'm going to go ahead and forego most of the fun stuff. Well, not really. We're going to go ahead and do a launch. I'll see you guys out on the launch pad, and then from there we're going to go to orbit, and then from there we're going to smash into the moon. Because, I mean, honestly, really, like, that's really hard. So, I'll see you guys outside on the launch pad. Alright, everybody, we are on the launch pad. It is unfortunately nighttime, but that's okay. We're just going to go ahead and launch, because there's really no reason not to. So, here we go. In a very basic standard launch. We're a little bit lighter than we were previously, which is wonderful. That might mean we use less fuel going up. It might not. It's hard to say right off the bat. Really nothing super exciting to happen here. So of course, because our launch went okay, you know, always got to show the launch going okay. I will see you guys in orbit. And then from there, we're going to go ahead and shoot the moon. Woohoo! So I'll see you there. Alright everybody, we're in orbit, and this ship is actually so much lighter than the last one, and I think it was because I took off half that tank, that we made it into orbit with the full fuel line. We actually did, which gives us a crap ton of Delta V to screw around with. Ooh, hello son. A crap ton of Delta V to screw around with, which is great. Our orbit is 108 by 88, which does of course put us within the eccentricity requirements by 0.014 or 0.5. So, we have achieved orbit. Finished goal. Done. That was great. Wow, we went down a lot of money. So, we are going to have to go to our next mission, which is, of course, crashing into the moon. Greatest day ever. Alright, to crash into the moon, we have to go map. And, map. And I guess we just have to add a maneuver and see if we can crash into the moons. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Where's our periapsis? 117? Really? Gotta zoom out, because we just want to crash. We don't really care about much else. Oh wow, that's actually a pretty good capture. It's really bad that we have to destroy it. Actually, that's a very good capture. That's pretty awesome. But once again, we have to destroy it. So let us go ahead and do something useful. There it is. That should smash us right into the side of the moon. No questions asked. Right? Yeah, it looks about right. And what does that get us on our burn time? That gets us to 2 minutes, 17 seconds, and we need to face in one direction or another. I think I'm actually spinning in the wrong direction. So we will turn. As the Kerbals turn. Well, actually, still no Kerbals. I mean, we had Jebediah there for a minute. But his was just a test flight, I guess, to see if Kerbals could survive space. But then again, you know, before we went to the moon, we of course put people in space. We're like, can you survive space? And yeah, they survive space. Like, okay, now we need to throw them at another rock. And like, well, the moon's pretty close. It's the closest one we got. And they're like, okay, that seems like the easiest one. Let's throw them at that rock. And so we threw them at the moon. So that's what we're doing here. We're throwing stuff at the moon to make sure that, you know, the moon's really there. That's our biggest concern. Is the moon really there? I mean, we flew by it. We went around it. That doesn't mean it's not a hologram put there by aliens. That'd be an interesting thought, wouldn't it? The moon's not really there, it's just a hologram. Well, I mean, we landed on it, we know it's there, but what about the rest of the planets? Yeah, you never know. Okay, that's going to be a pain, so I'm just going to speed up a little bit. There you go. And then we're just going to put our nose... Yeah, I don't have really any controls on this thing because it's so heavy. Alright, there it is. So it says 28 seconds. I don't trust it's going to be 28 seconds, so we'll go to about... Well, that'll be about fine, and we'll just... throttle up. Yeah, about 30 seconds. 26 seconds, really? Alright, well, then we'll wait 25 seconds. So we'll wait until what, the 10, 20, 15 second mark? 12 second mark, right about there. And we'll just zoom. Once again, still don't have the protractor. Need to put the protractor on, that way we can actually do this. I'm concerned that the moon has not, like, actually risen yet. That makes me concerned, but this is where our burn is. Unless the moon's somewhere over there and I'm missing it. Or it's above us and I'm missing it. I don't know. Oop, get our nose straight. Can't do this. Oh, we are out of fuels. Alright. So there we go. And then throttle that up. Oh, actually ignite the engine might help. Okay, throttle that up. And 8.6. Let's see where we are. Well, that's gonna hit the moon, isn't it? So we don't have to be exact, do we? I mean, we can if we really want to. Be exact. Hit the moon at high speed. Zoom smash. Just like that. Blink. Oh, look at that. Perfect. Yay. Oh, wait. I forgot to turn it off. Sorry, guys. No, turn it off. There we go. Alright, so, wow, we have a lot of fuel to mess with. So we're going to quick save, of course, because we do that. I do that now, even though we're not going to be doing mission restarts. I know, right? Yeah, we don't do mission restarts, and, there was one other thing. We are still going to trash space junk, though, because space junk can really get in your way and really be a pain in the butt, and I'm not a big, huge fan of space junk, personally. I like where we're flying right at the sun, so our power levels are, like, maximum all the time. Alright, so our next job is to crash into the moon. There it is. Hello, moon. We's gonna crash into you. So, you know, just for brevity's sake. And we'll do 100, because 100's so much faster. By the way, I called this, of course, you may have seen in the VAB. This is the TRZ cannonball. I couldn't think of anything else that would denote, like, smashing into the moon, really. So... I hope this is worth it. I really do, because it says, crash into the moon. That's what it says, so that's what we're going to be doing. Now, it does say to take readings on the dark side, which is hilarious, because I thought to myself, it's like, well, we're just crashing into the moon, we're not going to be orbiting, we're not going to go to the dark side. Except, of course, for the fact that we're actually coming into the moon on the dark side. So, there's that. Alright. Hello, moon. Our thing's going to flip here in a minute. It always does. There it is. Oh, flip to the other side. No! Wait, no, stop it. Yeah, look how much fuel we have. So much fuel. So much fuel going to waste. Oh well, we needed it though, at least a little bit of it. Not nearly as much as it looked like we did, but that's okay. Nice big crater right there on the edge. Just going over the horizon though. No, moon, no, I didn't do it, I'm so sorry. See, now it says crashing on the moon. I'm not sure, I know the game knows when you crash, but does that mean it knows when you crash? Like, when will this know you're crashing is really what that's why it's up right now. I'm not keeping it up to be annoying, I really need to know when it knows you're crashing. Alright, so we're on the dark side of the moon, so we won't be able to see much except for a gigantic explosion, because once again, no lights. I mean, we got our green dots on the front. But those aren't really going to help as headlights. Kind of looks derpy, doesn't it? Dirt, I'm going to crash into the moon. I'm derpy. Now it looks less derpy, though, because if you tilt the camera just right, it looks like he's actually staring at you. Alright, so our green headlights will highlight nothing. I should have put a light on the front of this. I really should have. I didn't even think about it. But honestly, I really didn't think we were going to be crashing on the dark side of the moon. Okay, I don't even know what our height is. What is our height? That's orbit. Surface. So we're about 500 meters up, so we're coming down near a hill. Alright. Now, we've done this in the past. We've actually crashed into... Boom! Okay, that was pretty unspectacular. Wait, you can finish. Finish the mission. Can I recycle the ship? That's funny. 326,738 kilos. Yeah! Okay, so that has been time. Absolutely time. So, that was fun. So next time I think, I don't know, I haven't looked, but next time I think we actually have to bring someone up here alive and well. Ooh, super exciting. So, for now, I would like to thank you all for joining me, 4 kilobytes short, on this Let's Play of Kerbal Space Program and the Realz. Hopefully very soon we'll be done probing space and we'll actually be able to set foot out there. You know, other than Jebediah taking a couple trips into orbit and semi-orbit in order to, well, no, he was in orbit both times, wasn't he? It's just he wasn't in the correct orbit the first time. Anyway, so, yeah, I would like to thank you all for joining me, 4 kilobytes short, on this Let's Play of Kerbal Space Program and the Realz, and I will see you next video.